Alright, what's up? It's Origami Channel, here finally with a tutorial video. A quick story of why I didn't upload to all my subscribers. My phone is just complete crap, basically, and I can't record anything longer than 2 minutes or else my phone is just going to crash. So I'm sorry about that, so right now I'm using another device, which I don't exactly know why I didn't think of, but now I got it. And I also didn't upload because I was at Chicago recently and I wasn't going to upload there, but now since I've been waiting about 6 months, I think it's finally time to upload. So, I just also want to apologize to all my subscribers for not uploading anything when I said I would. I actually promised by May or June and I didn't, so I'm sorry about that. But, without further ado, we are going to start a tutorial, and my first tutorial is going to be a crane, as usual, as of any origami artist would do. So, what you need for this is you need any square sheet of paper. If you're using copy paper, there is a way to make a square, but I'm not going to be teaching that because right now I have just a sheet of origami paper. It has white on one side and color on the other side. So, really, the only thing you need is just one square, and here we go. So, what I'm going to do is, since I want color on the outside of the crane, I'm actually going to have color on the bottom, so it's not visible, and so we're going to start on the white side. And what we want to do is we're going to create a diagonal crease going along right here, and so I'm going to take this tip of the paper and bring it down to here, as so, and make a triangle and align it, and crease. Okay. Unfold. Let's rotate, so then the crease is now vertical, and then we're going to do the same thing across here, so we're going to bring this down to here. Line up and crease. Okay. Now when we unfold, as you can see, we have a X in the paper, and so now what we want to do is we're actually going to flip the paper over, and so now we have blue on the top, or color on the top. Now we are going to have a horizontal and vertical crease in the paper, and so really we're going to take this edge and bring it down to this edge down here, as so. And crease. Okay, unfold, and just as before, rotate and crease again. Okay. Now when we unfold, as you can see, we have a plus and an X in the paper, and now we want to keep it on this side. And what we are going to do is, we're actually going to flip it over, and we're going to make this thing called a square base. And so this is what's going to happen. We are going to pinch these sides of the paper on the two sides, not the top and the bottom. Okay, just we want to have those crease set up. Okay. And what we are going to do is we're gonna have these pinches, as you can see right here, and we are going to drag it to the bottom of the paper. Just have to readjust for a second. And we're going to put it down here at the bottom, as you can see. So I'll go through that one more time. So we're going to pinch the paper, and once we have these two pinches together, we're just going to drag it down to the bottom right here. Okay, and we actually want to do that on the other side too. And so what you could actually do is you could just completely flatten it right here. So once you have it here, you could just bring this down, and now we have a crease right here in the middle. And what we're going to do with that is we're just going to crease along that by folding this part over. And once we have that, we can now just take it and flatten it down. Hope you guys are able to follow that. And now we have a square base. So we have two flaps inside and a closed side on here, and that is a square base. And so now what we're going to do is we want to have the closed side, and we actually want to have the open side facing us. And so once you have that, we are going to rotate it, or you can or you cannot, but I like to. So now we have the open side facing one side of us, and we want to take this flap, just one, so there's one behind the flap in front, and we want to take this flap, and there's a center crease here, and we're going to take it and we are going to fold on it as so, and crease. Okay, now we have that, and we're going to have to repeat that 3 more times, and so we're going to rotate again, and we are going to take this side, one flap again, remember that, and we're going to fold it in. Okay, and now we want to keep these folded, and we're going to rotate, turn the paper over, and then take these 2 remaining flaps and fold them in. And do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, and that is actually the first step to making the bird base, which we are about to do. So actually now what we want to do, so we just have one big flap right here, and so we basically set up a crease line with these 2 flaps that we folded right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this triangle and we're going to fold it down on it, just to make it easier for a later step, and we're going to crease down. Okay. Once we have that, you can unfold that, and then we are actually going to unfold all of the flaps that we folded in earlier. And now we have this, and so now we want to have it so this is able to fold down easily, and this is what we're going to do. So we're just going to take one single flap, and we are going to fold it up, as you can see, just completely put it up on that crease that we made. And as you can see, it's on this side it's starting to concave, and that's actually what we want. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to push, it comes to a point sort of right here. We're going to push that point to the middle, and as you can see, it's going to want to fold along itself, along the 2 creases that we made. And you're going to want to do that with the other side too. And you can just adjust here by going inside if it gets stuck. Okay. And there we go, that's one part, and now we're going to have to do that on the other side. So we're going to flip the paper over. And we are actually going to first take this triangle that we folded right here, and we're actually going to fold it down to make this easier. Okay. Once you have that, you can again take only one flap, remember that, and fold up. And you're going to want to take these 2 points right here, and you're going to push them in. And flatten. That is the bird base right there. So we have 2 open flaps, and then 2 closed flaps, and then this triangle in the middle. And so now we are almost done. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a Japanese style crane. I will probably make a tutorial for a flapping bird. But for now, we're just going to go with the original, and so there's 4 more creases until we could be just about done. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take one flap again, so as of this right here, and we're going to take this edge and fold it to the center as so. So I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to take one flap and fold it in like this. Okay, and then repeat that 3 more times, of course. One flap and fold it in. Okay, rotate, flip the paper over, and repeat. Okay, now we want to keep these folded, and this may be a little bit tricky for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold the center here, just about there basically, and we are going to open these 2 flaps, and it doesn't really matter how open it is, you just want to have it open just about like that. And what I'm going to do is, it basically became flat right here, and I'm going to make that perfectly flat by pinching like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this point, and I'm just going to drag it up, and so it basically forms like that. And you could also adjust it by like pushing it right here, and so it goes higher. And you want to flatten that once it's there, and then once you have it at a good angle, I like to have it about there, you're going to flatten on the bottom. Okay. Alright, that was one part, and now I'm going to rotate, and we're going to do the exact same thing again. So we're going to hold in the middle right here and make this flat, hold the point, and drag it straight up. Okay, make it more flat. There we go. Okay. And once you have that, you can adjust and flatten on the top and flatten on the bottom. Okay. Now we are almost done, and so now you can choose. So basically, these 2 points right here, one's going to be the head and one's going to be the tail, and you can choose which one you want to be the head. I'm going to choose this one probably. And what you want to do is you want to hold just about where you think a good position where the head, like how long it'll be, and so I choose about like right there, and so I'm just going to pinch right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside these 2 layers right here. I'm just going to push them open, and then I'm going to, again, once have it flat, and I'm going to hold that flat part, and then I'm going to pull it down, just like we did to make these 2 points. And once I have that, I have it flat, I could push it, and then I could squeeze right here, and I could flatten. And that's the head for the crane, and now we're almost done. Now, the last 2 steps, which are going to be really easy, is we take these wings, and we just push it all the way down until it can't go anymore, and then you can just flatten it. And do it on the opposite side. And we are done. We have a crane now. This is a Japanese style crane. One of the most basic models that we could do. And now we are done. Congratulations. One more last word. I am going to be posting at least twice a week now. I'm just going to try. And it should be something new every single time. And I'm probably going to get more complex as I go, but for now, for a good 2 months or so, it's just going to be beginner, easy stuff, and so you guys can get more skilled. So, thank you to all my subscribers again, and thank you to anyone who is going to subscribe. Sincerely, the Origami Channel.